Hmm. Okay. Okay. Talk time. Talk time. Telegram. So yeah, 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 yeah. We're gonna, we're gonna hit them all, people. We're gonna hit them all. We're gonna hit them snugly. I love it. I love it. Da 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 na na na. Da 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 da. Uh oh. Shanae. Hello everyone, this is Super Guru. Um, I need to talk to you some knowledge, the science, how thought power the technology of future advanced civilization. It's not really what you think of about type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5, civilization that scientists have put into the scale. The truth is there's no such thing as type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5, civilization, even type 6. That's just to make up opinion or BS as people who have not experienced advanced culture. Advanced culture, you go through a stage of understanding material science to know an aspect of yourself. As time you evolve, you begin to understand emotional aspect of yourself and a power source of the emotion. The mind, then the mind science, where thought and form, where you begin to understand the structure and how to use that as a practical application toward your civilization. As you understand these three aspects of your that your completion in 3D world, you find out that they're all tied to the same nervous system. So therefore, when you understand material science, you're able to become more organizing. As you evolve and move from material science, that means material power source, you begin to tap into emotional power source. How emotion can move you from behind the stage, can move you a certain direction as you become more adapt into this structure and how to use the emotional to power your technology and other means and to help to aid the material science in advancement. Then once you complete that understanding the emotional power source and control the emotional science, then you move into the mental science where thought and form become dominant, where you can manifest object through thought and you can build an engine and be run it by the power of thought. You materialize a power a source and then boom, it start to give energy, interact with the material and the emotional side that you desire, and then it start to power your entire culture. So the idea of a type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5 civilization is awareness. It's all created by people who never been to that level of advanced culture. So that's why I'm here from the future and I gotta tell the story. Um, Human being does not really get along between the white race and the other culture race. In the future, we know that the white race become a rarity. So as the other color race of humanity, which is the brown, the black, the gold, the silver, the green, uh, the reddish human, the bluish human, and the different, like we call it turquoise human. There's all type of human color. But we found out that even in the future, the white people couldn't get along with the other variety because of they give into isolationism and superior complex syndrome, we call it. So therefore, since they are an endangered species of the human race, we decided to get themselves a star system and created a cyberdyne race called a synthetic race, have nanobots inside, pretty much a cyborg. They look white, and they pretty much are the veil between our race and their race to keep them isolated into a separate star system, because the white race can never mingle and mix with the other race because they can't handle other color other than them. So that's the reason, the solution to keep the white race yet without us destroying them or without them destroying us was to isolate them, to give them their own endangered, like a national park. Just put them in, an isolated star system with a cluster star system, isolate them through a Dyson sphere, and pretty much create a synthetic race as guardian to keep an eye on them as they evolve until they understand that all is the one is the all. Like the seven rays, the color of the rainbow come from, when it come combined together, it form the white light. That means completion. Until they understand that, then they are isolated and put into that reality for them to understand, you know, until they work out, until they exercise, their exorcism, their isolationism mentality and their superior complex mentality. They have to work it out among each other, because to introduce their race to other human race will cause a shock and trauma that will increase them to go further into isolate, isolationism, and and superior complex complexitism. So the cure was to keep them isolated from all the other race, and that was because they cannot handle diversity and unity. So that was the secret. That's why we're having an evolved future, was to keep the white race in their own protected space. Let them give them, a cell star system for them to mingle and interact with their own likeness. And that was the success of the future. So we pretty much put them in quarantine. And that's the only way to keep them safe and to keep us safe. Because as a race, as a human race, these people have a tendency to go toward isolationism and superior complexism. So therefore, this game, the other humanity variety, becomes the humanity variety does not choose to play, because they understand the five rule and the oneness of it and everything. That's the reason we allow them to, move in the direction they choose, and allow them to expand the conscious the way they want, and allow them to be free as needed, and created an artificial observer, a synthetic white race that we're superior, who see everything in completion, allow them to be the veil between us and them. Because it's just like taking someone into quarantine and put her into the nut house. So pretty much that entire silver star system and clusters like a nut house is for them, because they can't handle diversitism, and that's how humanity in the future able to thrive and dominate the universe, because we keep our aspect our one the variety that cannot handle diversity and unity in isolation, because that's what they wanted. So allow them to live in their own pocket universe, we call. And so therefore we create a solution to the problem. The problem to create is to not to give the problem more fire and fuel. It was to keep them isolated from those who agree to be accept the reality of diversity and unity. Look at this universe. It's made from everything: black hole, white hole, gray hole, red hole. Different star system: green star, blue star, red star, brown star, purple star, and different type of planet, different type star, this star system, big, small, mini galaxy with it, all its diversity and unity. And that's what happened with the white race of the future. They were being isolated and give them their own pocket reality and pretty much be like SCP, secure, contain, and protect. We were the SCP of the future: secure, contain, and protect. Put the white race in there, let them thrive in their own pocket universe, our sight, our sound, and that's how the humans have peace. Because the white people has a definitely uh, an subconscious, a mental attitude of isolationism and superiority complex, and that's when they have to work that out within the evolve within the evolutionary, and they have their own little conflict war. We let them work out their own detail, and then we let the synthetic way called Cyberdyne Link, a race of synthetic human of the future that was created to be a veil between the white race and the other variety of human. So to keep, they were like guardian, they were like keeper to keep them isolated in their own cluster, star system cluster, you know, until they evolved to the point that they began to accept reality as it is, diversity and unity. And that's how we nip thing in the butt. If they can't play along with the rest of the crew, then let them play by among themselves and let it be. Let live and be live, and that was the solution. Hi, hey Maya, you're mine, baby, you're mine. I can't hear you, my love. Yeah.
Okay, hold on, hold on.
Hmm. Don't be shy. Your landlord is in vacation somewhere in Budal and Dubai and all that kind of stuff. Hmm.
Hi, teacher.
Yes. And if anybody
You can
from
hear me?
Dubai, yes, if anyone from Dubai want to hire you, but give you like 20 or $1 million a day, don't believe it, because they're gonna take you and pound tie you up and pound it pussy, have several men on you, and then after that, after they use you up, they feed you to the lion or something, you know. And that's how the people in the Dubai do things, Middle East. Remember, them people, they are not like our world. Like you said, they want for the next thrill. Me, I
Yeah.
love to absorb chi energy. That's my thrill. When I get absorbed, I can feel the energy coming through, and I feel the vibration. I feel the current flow from the chi ball, and the key ball, the energy ball into my body. I feel so powerful. I feel so empowered. That's my thrill, because I like power. I like dominion. What's going on? Do you like my explanation? What we do with the white people in the future? Why the future
Yes,
people?
I did. I
You
came a little bit late, so I didn't catch all the information. But I hear you.
mm, yes. The people of the future. This racism in the future is very extreme in the future too, and the white people, the white people cannot accept diversity and unity. That's what reality teaches. The universe have diversity, but it's unified. They couldn't handle that. So,
Teacher, I have a question.
yes.
Because you just mentioned about the quarantine, like the people, the white race. I thought, because I heard before from you, I
Hmm.
thought it wasn't divided by race. I heard you said once or maybe two times
Hmm.
the entire human race actually had to be quarantined. So now I am a little bit confused.
You're going to get confused. Do you remember where the origin of race came from? Remember, we all are vegan star system, right? The vegan, we are the Vega. That's the
Yes.
primary. Remember what happened to our current human race, the one right now, where we are engineered it. Remember, our answer was engineered by the Atlantean scientist. It was a lady scientist. She engineered it us to be their pets because our forefather was, you know, they were voice and mouthy against the elite of the time. They were opposing political force, right? And they were captured it,
Yes.
and they were to be made an example. So they were de-evolved it by genetically engineered from a 12 helix to a 2.5. And that was the reason that the earth has to step down its consciousness, a perception of who we are, so we can survive. Now the earth is moving back into higher consciousness, so we are moving along with her and to genetically to advance become. But for some reason, the white race, of this time, as people, the white race of the future time, there has to be quarantine. They couldn't handle other race. They lived it in the they live it in a central state of isolationism, and superiority contact. They live in the world of fear, like they're gonna be erased from existence. Does that make sense? That's trauma. So in order to save their race, because this trauma came from a generation heritage from the time of Atlantean, when their ancestor and when our ancestor, our forefather, was captured by Atlantean elite and the scientists, and was a genetic was unplugged. So that was traumatizing. So that generation trauma passed it on to all of us until things will work out. For some reason, the white race couldn't handle reality of that, and that's why they were decided, the white race was quite rare in the future, because there was abundant melting pot. The melting pot outnumbered the white race. Do you understand?
Yes, that's actually pretty much of what
So,
that
in
is
order to
going on
move
right now.
on, a political party of the future decided to go ahead negotiating with the white race of the time to go ahead and give the white race a multi-cluster star system, to have their own government and have their own whatever, and to be isolated from the rest of the human race, because they'd rather live in isolation than unification. But as for scientific knowledge and academia, it was basically agreed that those who have reached a level of high evolution can join the other race once they reach that level. But they can learn from what we call a middle ground university. Education wise, it will be denied. It will be given to those who is in pure academic status. So that was agreed upon by all the other race. But as a relationship to doing business and interaction, and to intermingle with the other race, no, it was forbidden for the safety and protection for both sides. So a cyberdyne link university was created. Species was created. We call it the artificial white species. Pretty much synthetic human is designed to be superior to both the regular natural human, and both all the variety human. So this synthetic human are called the guardian. They pretty much are designed. There's several race of them. They were white, black, brown, gold, green. They were designed to be a melting pot race, but to isolate the natural human from each other, meaning to isolate the white human from the other variety of human being. So their job is to monitor the evolution of the white race, and make sure if they want to meet the other race, they have to evolve scientifically, knowledgeably, and accepting our diversity and unity. But by choice, the white race decided to isolate themselves because they couldn't handle the melting pot race. So in order not to create war between humanity, that was agreed upon for humanity to move on to be dominator of the universe. So therefore, as generation passes, the white race is exposed to their own white race. They have their own current economical and social. They can evolve the society. As generation before they move, and as many generations past came and go, they became their own separate evolutionary species that was not aware of their melting pot of humanity variants such as us. As our variant in humanity began to evolve, we evolved into immortality and perfection. Right, they still in the struggle of incompletion because of their attitude of isolationism and superiority complex. You know, they could, as we evolved it beyond the white race species, they still in a state of isolationism and superior complex domination, which is based on fear, control, and manipulation. Does that make sense? So we became a
Yeah.
two different species. altogether. We became the universal guardian. We have long life of millions upon millions of life of lifetime, and we are eternal. And they still trying to find out their way because as the last time the report from the intelligent human, the white species, that aspect of human brothers, they still into the economical of lack thinking, supply and demand. They have not evolved beyond that ability. And that's why we have to isolate them because they can't mingle with the melting pot humanity culture. Because we have evolved beyond the need of economical supply and demand. Do you see now? Look at I brought the knowledge of the domination species. As you can look, all the storyline you read, all the history, it's all way about the white people dominate the future. So I went to the future and find out who the fucking superiority humanity. It was me, the Asian motherfucker, the Cambodian. But the Cambodians speak English of the future. The Cambodian language is the English. So regardless where we move, English became the dominant language of the future. It was always been English. We call it. And who is England? Hail to Queen Elizabeth. End up serving the white ancestor regardless how we move. We may dominate the future, but all the melting pot race still speak English. That's how we communicate among each other. Hey, what's up, fool? What's up? If you love some of this, I love some pussy. Your pussy belong to me now. I'm gonna have it every night. A lot.
English is the language, huh?
Yeah, everybody speak English because the more we try to get away from the white race, the more the white race still have a dominancy in the past, present, and future. They want to speak English using English as the dominating language of the future. No one speak Chinese, okay? Chinese not dominated. Baby, you know the reason why, right? Chinese have so many language and dialect, just like Hindi,
Oh,
India.
okay.
That's the
Okay.
reason everyone on the whole entire future choose English as a dominating language. It's more easy, it's unified it, because in order to unite a species, you must have one language. That's the way. There is no other way. Communication is essential. And why the white people are isolated? You have two type of white people. Those people who accept melting pot, then they became part of us. The those who believe in isolationism, white power, white power, white power. But we still under the rule of the Nazi, Galactic Nazi Dark Fleet rule. Does that make sense, honey? Galactic Dark
Yes,
Fleet.
that's pretty much Nazi when you say they the isolation and feeling better than the others.
Yeah. Okay. So there has to be. So there has to be a compromise between the Nazi and the Nazi. So therefore, there was divided by the council. The Nazi got the council, the Seventh Ray, and they said, this is before the time the council was formed. This is during the time of the Dark Fleet unification. Okay, in order to have the efficiency of resource, Directive AI Unimetric One during the time created said, okay, those who want purity race, we will create what we call a safe zone for your race, where you will have your own economical evolution and then the star cluster, and everybody else is going to be a melting pot culture according to universal principle. So the detailed political was worked out, and therefore you have a white race that agree with efficiency, which has got to have everything, and those who believe in purity, a one color race, which is the white. So you have them to let them choose. But the scientific ministry must be universally adherent to each other's side. That was agreed upon by contract. So therefore, from that day onward, no human who choose to go into the safe zone can have mingle interaction with any human outside of the quarantine zone. Does that make sense? Outside the safe zone.
Okay.
So,
Uh-huh.
in order to live and let live, in order for the Galactic Nazi dot fleet to basically have efficiency, that was agreed upon. So you could have two Galactic Nazi dot fleet, the pure race and the melting pot race. Because the pure race only, they're pretty much, it's extreme racism, right? We call white culture, they call it. We call it white culture. White culture race. Everything has got to be white. So that was given to them. So any other color race cannot enter their quarantine zone. It is forbidden. In order to keep that species from entering trauma. So the white race believe in superiority, complex isolationism, so that was given to them. So that we call the no zone. Whatever happened in that culture, so let it be. And whatever that happened in melting pot culture, so let it be. Does that make sense? There is a winning compromise.
Yes.
So you have the white power Nazi and you have the melting pot Nazi. And we're the melting pot Nazi.
Oh wow.
We dominate the universe because of, we found out that the ray of the spirit with the educated with the elder and the council of the seven stated that the spirit will manifest in our thing, our color, our variation, as the gift of the spirit will flow through the race unification leaving time needed. Meaning sometimes the spirit come through a white body, the guide, the teacher, sometimes it come through an alien body, sometimes it come through a brown race. Like in this case come through me, a Cambodian race. Sometimes it come through a female, sometimes it come through a male, sometimes it come through a magical object or as a computer. Does that make sense? The spirit, the teacher, the spirit, the great universal consciousness collectively will flow through different vessel, through different time vessel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Yes.
And it will choose which vessel it wants to manifest it guided through. It's not going to be the same object all the time. It manifests only when there is a need. When there's a problem, then a solution is manifest from the collective, the universe. Does that make sense? Hmm. In this case,
Yes.
I was the chosen teacher. I was the chosen vessel that come from, and I come from get all the pussy, all mine too. Do you see now what's going on? Hmm. That I share the knowledge.
Well, I see because you explain it. I could never
The white race.
have
There's
this.
going to be two white race. Those who live at the melting pot and add energy to the rest of the melting pot, and those who believe in isolationism and purification of the white collar, and also in on extreme level, okay, and a superior complex.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey there, Jessica. Jessica considered to be a melting pot, but she's also dangerous. You know why? She's still controlled by you know, the culture, the culture of the 60s, the 70s, where things are more black and white in nature. But in our culture, everything is more gray area. Does that make sense? You know, more scientifically gray area. The boundary of black and white culture, you know, isolationism, I call, has been, the wall has broken down because we come from a scientific super Nazi, super extremer. Scientific reality was everything based on experimentation and result. Does that help? Like you
Yes.
learn, there's two type of group we call the storyteller. They be telling all kind of bullshit story. They tell enough story, people think it's true. Then you have the experimenter, those who go out and experiment to weigh thing out. Does that make sense? And know the truth of what it is through experimentation. Now, as I explained, the people thrive because of the melting pot race. The white race, mhm, okay, and that's the reason with the future thrive. Okay, okay,
Yes.
and we isolate the white race. We give them
Hi,
what we
baby.
want. Hi, baby. Yes,
Hi, Super Queen.
we give them what we want.
Hi.
Yes,
Hi, everyone. How are
yes,
you?
that's the queen. Yes.
Good.
So Maya, the council give them. This is before the council, before the reincarnation of Raymond, um, and Carlos, General Carlos, in the future into the Seven Ray Council. This is before their time. In the future, in order to save the Galactic Nazi Council from having a civil war, so the Nazi Council and their directive and their AI have created a plan to give the isolationism party um, a white race, you know, and their legacy and their lineage, their own star system and cluster, so they can continue practice the isolationism. That means and their superior complex to continue on their development as they are, but with a condition. They can't go outside this certain star system cluster. They can have whatever civilization they want, but they no longer be interactive with the melting pot Nazi race, where the multicultural Nazi race are interested in expansion and universal domination. Therefore, you need resource. Therefore, you need manpower. So we are more like the middle ground Nazi. Does that make sense? So we accept multicultural. Okay, Joe là on. Chăm Joe Ring. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So by giving the isolationism faction of human race their own star system that believe in purity only in the white race, so we give them what they want. Does that make sense? By giving us they want under condition they give us what we want. So there was an annex of a certain part of the galaxy with many star system, nothing but white race, so they can practice their Führer, pure Führerism.
Oops, there is an alarm went off.
Yes,
Just
because they couldn't handle the Cambodian Führer. They can't handle the Black Führer. They can't handle the Golden Führer because human race are multicolor faction. You have the white race, the black race, the brown race, the gold race, the red race, the blue race, the silver race, the copper race. The copper human, they call it like copper. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So they couldn't handle that. So we put them on their multi-stalkerism on where they can go ahead and do what they do, fight their war, rape, kill, whatever, pirating. That's what they like to do. So we let them have what they want, and that therefore peace. And we created an artificial race to be a veil between their race and ours. So from historical data, only the High Council and the high official government are aware of the race. We call it the synthetic cyberlink race, known about the isolated white race. And therefore, from that day onward, that we call secure, contain, and protect. This artificial white, gold, Asian white race or synthetic race to keep the other race isolated. The white race isolated from the melting pot race. And that was it's designed for. We call them the guardian or the peacekeeper. So they were genetically, synthetically designed to be more superior than the human natural race. Very psychic, very superior, but they're artificial nature. They have cyber, they can interact with computer. And they pretty much direct extension of Unimetric 1.
So it would be correct to say that the
white, Asian, and
remains.
black, and copper, and they are melting pot race too. Because we decided to
Okay, they're
do
more
that.
technological.
More spiritual, more psycho, more techno. They are synthetic. They have nanite living in their system. You know, they are built. They are built to be superior than human, but to
Okay.
be human protector, but also peacekeeper. They pretty much work like a veil. They are given their own. They don't answer to the council, the human realm. They answer to the AI thought metric system. So they are like the foot soldier of Unimetric One, and you don't want to go
Okay.
against them. They will obliterate planet. They reset your world just like that. They have technology that when it hit your planet, your race become amnesia instantly. You don't know who you are.
Mhm.
They pretty much can be a force of good or a force of destruction depending on which side you are. They're like I say, they are an extension. They are an extension eyes, hand, feet, head, body of Unimetric One. They are artificial in nature. They are male and female. They can replicate mitosally. They can replicate to sexually. Also, but they are not. They were created for the purpose of peacekeeping.
Okay.
So you see, and they were designed specifically to isolate. They pretty much built an entire Dyson sphere on a multi-color a star system that pretty much they built an artificial structure surrounding and where the isolation zone is to keep an eye on the white race and to keep an eye on our race, of human race, so we won't meet each other. Their job is to be the veil, period. Do not let the white race that choose to live in isolationism meet the melting pot race. That is their purpose, that's their functionality. Does that make sense now?
Yes, it does.
They have their own culture. They're pretty much like a super uh, hyper intelligent culture.
Honey,
hmm And guess what?
uh,
I am part of that culture. That's why I seem to be different from a lot of you.
honey à?
Yes, baby.
Vậy chắc con ao cho ao kìa. Mai ra con
It's time for you, my love. Today is reading day.
Oh, I thought it would be Saturday.
I
Is
like
it
to throw
okay?
you the bullshit because I'm getting your brain. Because I'm supposed to have my way with you every time in the dungeon. There is no escape.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, no, no problem. No problem. Okay.
Where is that Gabriel?
Yes, because Gabriel, remember Gabriel
Now,
said it would be really hard on Friday, and we set up for Saturday, but it's okay.
no, we're not going to worry about Gabriel. We're just going to worry about us. We like to do this. He can listen later. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Okay.
do Richard Hart first. You
Okay.
know, start get warm up. Let's manifest the food first. Let me manifest for give you
Okay.
superpower. Barame, please manifest food and beverage and coconut juice to and let it duplicate and put into the stomach of everyone. My wife, my kid, my stomach, my mom, my dad, my mother, father-in-law, Maya, VJ, to all my students, and and to our life this planet. Let all us become full now and well from all this sea and let this food give us super strength, super power now. Oh, I feel full. I feel super. I need some more snuggling. I have issue now. That's why I'm called the guardian species. Because I'm designed to keep the white people in their place, to keep all the other race in their place. You notice that? I'm the peacekeeper. I'm sound like that movie called The Guardian, called The Peacekeeper, where the Firefly uh, You know, the peacekeeper, right? There's a movie, a sci-fi, where you guy go through a wormhole, and they end up in another part of the galaxy, and he found a peacekeeper, a genetic artificial race. Like that sounds like the future I came from. Anyway, okay, it is done. Okay, just okay, you can manifest the device in between your hand to give you psychic push. It can it can feed you with torsion field, with chi energy, with ki and prana, and keep your power strong so it can power your brain while you project into your mind field and start interacting with Richard, talking to him. See his caller, first talking to his caller, then seeing Image, finally talking to him to get a deeper, to trace his root to everything for past, present, and future. Go ahead, you know what to do. You are a
Okay.
talkative person, and talkative person can definitely dig into the root of things.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Read your heart,
Now,
reading a richer heart.
okay. Barame, please manifest the device between my hands now.
Mm-hmm. And make sure you blow. Yeah.
Ooh, that's strong. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I sort of capture and put
Making
it
sure
in
I hear you.
touch. I'm sorry. I was just making commentary.
Okay. How are you doing today, device? Functioning? All right. Barame, please bring Richard's heart light body in front of me now. Oh, it came fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Ready for questions.
Talk, have a conversation.
Okay, you're gonna guide this, right?
Okay, I will assist along the way.
Yes. So let me describe. It came real fast. It likes to talk too. Um, it came like it's really tall, light body, and then out of nowhere, it turned into a child's light body.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's
Okay.
let's interview it. Interview the caller. Interview the person, and why did it change the way it changed? Go ahead. Have conversation.
Okay. Yes, it wants to.
You do an
Okay, it wants to
AMA.
call.
Ask him anything. Yeah, with Richard Hart. Yes.
Okay, how are you doing today?
Mm-hmm.
Say it's fine, it's happy, and came here to play with us today.
Okay.
This is a master of shape shifting, okay?
Yes, he's for the heart.
Mm,
Okay, let's go ahead and focus and be very just have fun, but be very goal oriented also. Go for it.
okay. It would be easier if you direct this because it's a lot of
Ask them.
information. I don't know how to conduct.
Okay, ask them. Hey, Richard, I want you to tell me about what's going on with you starting this entire project, the crypto space, and why did you shift from a grown person like body into a childlike body? Stuff like that. We start from that.
Okay, so he's playing. He has
Mm-hmm.
showing all the toys. All the toys
Okay.
he said he loves to play. He likes to have fun.
Okay.
And he genuinely has
Mm-hmm.
a love for humanity.
All
But
right.
he does have trouble relating and socializing with humans. So sometimes he loves them, and sometimes he hates them.
Okay, let's explain the love part. What it does he love about the humanity? Let's go from there.
He loves, first and foremost, the
Mm-hmm.
ability to create things out
Okay.
of nowhere.
Yes.
And he loves to have fun. He loves the feeling of happiness. He
Mm-hmm.
loves the the feeling of being able to build things. He loves attention,
Okay.
and he doesn't like to play by himself. He hates it. He likes to
Okay.
play with others.
Did he grow up as a only child?
Um, he said not necessarily the only child, but very alone. Very, not the only child, but a very lonely child
Okay.
who barely, he didn't have, for some reason, he didn't have that much time to play as a child. Looks like grown-ups' responsibility took part of his childhood.
Okay. So, what was his parent like? Did they give him a lot of interaction? Was he happy around him? Just find out a little bit about
No,
him.
it's a work. The people were focused in the work.
Okay.
Apparently, both. Let me check here. Yes, mother and father. But he's more attached to the father.
Okay. You can interact with his father too if you like.
Do you want me call?
Yeah, you can talk to. You can bring the whole family. It's like a family interview. We are a family.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
we are. We don't want to call it interrogation. That's sound too harsh. Let's
Okay.
call it a social room. We are a social room.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this
The
is a
father,
social
the
room.
mom is here.
Hmm. We here to social.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They're both here.
All
So
right,
let's
let's
read
talk to
them.
them. Yeah.
So the father is more like a teacher for him.
Okay.
Spent a lot of time with father. The relationship with mother, it was more restrict.
Mm.
There is a blockage there.
Okay. And you can look at her blockage and find out where the blockage come from. See?
Yes, it's a lot of depression. It seems like
Mm-hmm.
some sort of mental imbalance.
If you look at her bottom, when you see a dark color right there with the dark orange, you
Yes,
see that? This has come
yes,
from
yes.
sexual abuse or frustration from she was young. She been molested. You can see right there. Controlled it, from having feeling guilty for having a certain relationship before a certain time. You know, you can look at it. See, you can talk to her, and you will find out that to be very, very true. Go
Yes,
on. Yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
It's not so her blockage and her imbalance is not something that she herself created. It's
Correct.
something that was put upon her.
And yes.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but she's just saying she loves her child
Mm.
deeply, even though he can't see it, he can't feel it, he can't feel the connection. She loves him beyond anything she could even possibly imagine is a human person is capable
Mm-hmm.
to do. That's how much she loves.
Very
It's
good.
very unconditional, but she feels guilty. She was not able to express.
Correct.
There
Because
is a void there.
yes, and that's what create a certain anger and isolationism inside her, cause trauma. But from for her dad was very controlling toward her, and therefore, and a certain emotional and also, you know, conditioning to pretty much to keep her under his control for quite a while until she broke free from it. Always creating a condition of, you know, that she cannot go anywhere without him, making decision for her. Does that make sense? So,
Yep.
and that's what created the trauma. All right, let's keep going. Let's now we see what's going with his parent. Let's go back,
The
move on
father?
to yeah. We can talk to his father a little bit. Then we move on
Yes.
to
The father was more like a buddy
mm-hmm,
teacher. He's a teacher. The man who likes to teach, to show how thing works, and he likes to talk like details.
mm-hmm.
Very very loving person.
Yes.
It's like naive, nice. It's so the people that is so nice to the point of being naive and being taken advantage of
Mm.
is this type of person. The father.
Yes. But he do love to learn about knowledge though. You know. He's a
Yes,
very
yes,
open individual. hmm that's why them two able to be together, his mom and dad, because one was open, the other one was more. Mom was learning controlling factor from her dad, and she became more an isolation or controlling. It rub off on her. So therefore, and well, they both work together. Two imperfectness come together, became a certain perfect couple, but not in the way that you think. They're able to manage.
Yes, yes. And
Let's.
sort of, it was perfect for the whole of being perfect in that way.
Mm-hmm. She felt that she had to be a motherly figure, like a fatherly figure to mother and father figure to her, to Richard dad, and Richard dad was more like a child as well, you know, a mother and son relationship type. So they click in
Hmm.
that retrospect. Now as for Richard Hart, let's keep going on that. Mm.
Yes, and he's very conscious, like he's talking to the child now.
Mm.
And since very, he knows his, because he perceives different from the most people, but he's very fast too. So he knows that it's like a feeling. He knows, even though he's just a child, he came here something big because he gets bored very easily,
Mm.
very
Mm-hmm.
very easily. It feels like everybody around him is too slow for him. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where it comes from. He loves humanity, but
Mm.
he has trouble with humans.
Okay. So you see, his upbringing was not from a very rich background. Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm.
not at all.
Mm-mm.
But he knows, as a child, he knows he has something special to offer.
Hmm.
Because even he can see mother and father doing things that doesn't make sense at all. Just a child. He's not mature enough to judge, but as a child, he was already able to see what's wrong, what's right. But he had loving parents. However, he had no freedom or permission to speak his mind. When it comes to like criticize the mother, the father, he kept so many things himself since child.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have that window open to speak about it. He didn't even have the right to talk about it. But doesn't mean he didn't perceive or thought or had his own thoughts about many things that didn't make sense to him at all. Very intelligent child.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Now we see what is going on. Okay. Um. So his love for humanity way him to do the certain project is due now. Now let's talk to Richard. Richard, why did you start this crypto project? Let's talk to him.
Oh, now the light body went all the way up. That's
Okay.
tall one.
Go ahead, talk.
He knows, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
he likes to have fun. He knows he's very capable. He's very intelligent. He loves attention.
Ask him,
And he
why do you
knows what
fight
he's
against
good
the
at.
vaccine people? Don't you know that? Why do you want to go against them? Do you know that's dangerous? The government,
He,
the cabal, the
again,
Illuminati.
again,
Ask him.
he
Yeah.
believes in freedom. He's just saying, I believe in freedom. I don't want to be somebody else's bitch. If I can choose, why would I choose to be a bitch of somebody else? I'm not going to
Tell
choose
him
for
this.
it.
Take a look at this world. The end result, you're going to take not just only you down, but people follow you. Tell him, look at
Well,
it.
he's just saying he needs to see more of it.
Okay.
Because
Barame,
between the choice,
tell him like this. Say, Barame, show him. Barame computer, show him.
he turned his back. He said he doesn't like to be told what to do.
It's not a question. It's not to be told. You know, watch this. Let me help you. Repeat after me.
Okay,
Barame,
Barame,
show him now
show him now
the
what is
end result.
going to happen.
Yeah.
The end result to Richard now.
Did he give, if he move into the lane of the controller. Look at that. He can't escape the 360 display. This is what we want to show you. See? You cannot win with the controller. Not by yourself. You don't got nuclear antimatter weapon. You have no leverage over the controller. And that's why we want to show you. In order to have leverage, you must have a doomsday technology, and your heart is not into doomsday technology. Yeah. So ask him, does this make sense now?
You say this is terrible.
It's reality. This is the end result from the multiverse. Doesn't matter what verse universe we travel. Look at it. And this is what the message need to show you. So be mindful. Have fun, but be mindful. That not you may not care about your life, but people follow you to have family. You're gonna take care of them if they get run up into death camp. Wet work we call. Hmm.
He's extremely disappointed because he thought he had the choice.
What choice? The choice you are
Choice
given.
for
Well, creativity, you do have choice, but you can't interfere with the controller. You're right, you do have a choice to add your creativity to the world, but you cannot go against the controller. They will eliminate you and everyone who follow you and make you disappear. They have a way. They have a technology. You see that satellite up there? This called the torsion field projector. It can shut down your brainwave. It also send messages to people's brain to have created. Also shut you down, turn your electromagnet off, and you will die. It's a network of them up there. 32,000 satellite up there that has that capability. So I want to show him the power of the cabal. And I want to let him know that I am the cabal. I am the Dark Lord. You know. But meaning the word dark, I mean, not that I'm evil. I'm just, people don't know that I am the Dark Lord. I am the ruler of your world. I am what you call Satan. You know. I am the ancient God of the ancient God. I am known as the prime creator. So just want to let you know that be careful. You do have choice to be creative, fine, but don't stop the controller. Don't interfere with what we do, and we will not interfere what you do. That's all. Go ahead, continue on.
okay, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's more like okay. I see, and he asks who we are.
Mm-hmm. I am God. I am the God of the creator God that you call God.
Well, he's saying he's God too.
Well, let me show him. Watch. Pain. Go ahead. Reverse my.
Did you just shock him?
Yes.
I saw it.
Mhm.
So what the hell?
Pain increase.
Okay, he say, okay, stop.
Well, you see now who is God? Heal. Okay. Do you understand now? A power.
Okay, he said something interesting now.
Go on. Mhm.
So apparently he knows me,
Mhm.
and he's asking me, what the hell is that? Who are you hanging out with?
Tim, this is your teacher.
My teacher.
Mhm. He's from the
Oh,
future.
that's not fair. This was a trap. I
Yes.
trust you. I can't not believe you did this to me. Okay, now great. Now it's my fault.
No. You. He. We came here to show you. We come here to talk to you. We come also to pass you a messages. And we want you to tell us why did you create the crypto project. You may talk to us. Or if you don't, I will put pain on you. And I will kill you. And that's it.
He's saying out loud,
Mm-hmm.
I put this project out. I'm a master to make money and I have the talent to make it. I want to make other people rich. I want to make you rich. I'm
Mm.
sick and tired to see the bullshit around, people coming with much lesser than what I come to offer. I'm sick and tired to see people lose all their savings, lose all their money, because that bothers me profoundly, because that's me.
Mm.
That's how I grew up, and I hate to see that. That hurts me. I don't like the feeling of lack, of no choice. So why do I like money? Because when I have money, I feel the freedom, even though I might not have it actually, but I have that feeling of freedom and power and
Okay.
control to do whatever I want with my time, with my life,
Mm.
and my
But
choices in life. I can make money. I can make
that's
people
fine.
rich.
That's fine. Tell them that's fine. You can do all that, but don't go against the controller. That's pretty much. The controller don't care about money. They only care about controlling humanity. But when it comes your economic creativity, that's fine. Do what you do, and we will stay out of your way. But don't interfere with what we do. You know. So, past yes, I know. Do you understand now,
He
Richard?
understands.
Mm-hmm.
He's open to it because he's very shocked with it. Because what I have to open the screen for him,
Mm-hmm.
and he saw it and he's shocked about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's open to it, and after the shocking too, now he's, yes,
You see that?
he's
God
he
is
he
Asian.
will stop and think about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's open to this, but he
Oh.
has extremely hard time with limitation and people try to control him.
Oh, do
He
not
hates
worry.
it.
Pain will make him submissive to our way. You see pain, and we can even demonstrate more. Burn. Burn now. Look at that.
Oh, he say not in my butt. Stop it.
See? Now cool down.
He's
You
saying
see?
we are evil.
I am. I am the Cambodian. I am the god of all white people, or all black people. When white come together with the black, me, I'm created. I am the evil Lord. That's why all women serve me. And I serve the
Oh, he's
queen.
just saying no, 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 no. He disagree. You gotta share. You can't have them all.
All right, we can share. But you have to stay away from the controller. They are dangerous. You know, that's what we want to share with you. You gotta stay away from controller. Do what you do for humanity and stay away from the controller pathway. Otherwise, your life will be forfeited. And not just you, other people who follow you will be forfeited. And that is not fair. Don't you agree? So,
He say yes, yes,
mhm.
definitely.
So you gotta stay in your lane. Know what you can handle. Know what you do with your arena. The controller won't interfere with it as long as you don't step out of it and into their arena. Because their arena is their rule. Your arena is your rule. Is that clear? Because everyone has their arena. So let's keep going. What you're planning to launch your project to completion?
He said he's just saying now. It's supposed to be this month if nothing happens like
Okay.
um, and he's very excited about the whole thing.
Okay. Are you planning to
He's
trick
saying,
people?
well, he just said yes, and I'm gonna trick people because people think this is one thing, and this more than I have been talking about it, and I'll not talk about it. I will show people what I came here for, what I'm about to do. That's
Well,
what
you
he's
can
saying.
talk about it to us in this room. I will give you access to Unimetric One projector. You can project your point of view, and with this, it will being, it will, the hologram will show us what.
He's just saying because he wants to be the best, the number one, and he knows he's capable of. He's bringing something way more than he's talking about. Features, capabilities of people making more money than they thought, not just by investing in the project, but he's thinking there is a gift for long-term investors.
Okay. How about the Pulse X, the Pulse change, the one that you bring forth? What is your end game on that?
No, the Pulse chain is the one to be launched this month. It's like he said that that's my special child because it's a fork of Ethereum. And
Mm-hmm.
by the way, he's just saying here that he keeps talking bad about Ethereum, but him himself actually, from the bottom of his heart, he thinks Vitalik is genius.
Mm-hmm.
He loves what he does. It went in a way unexpected, and he's trying to fix. He said, "In no way, Pulse Chain is a killer of Ethereum. No, it's actually the opposite. It came to save Ethereum," and he
It's
has a
coming.
lot of respect for Vitalik.
Mm-hmm. Do you know Vitalik is very controlling? Is a narcissistic controlling person?
He knows. He's just saying he knows, and he's understand because he has some of it too. So he doesn't see as
Mm-hmm.
even though it's a controlling, but he sees him more like a he sees himself on him, so
Mm.
he's not judging. He's not judging.
Okay.
He just wants his business, his project to succeed, and he has zero intention to kill Ethereum. He said, "How I'm gonna kill Ethereum if it's, I made a product, a fork of it doesn't make sense."
Mm. Yeah. I'm here just to make sure that the world know are you here to trick them or not. To do a rug pull or not. Here you can answer now. Are you planning to do a
He's
rug
just
pull?
saying right now. He's just saying right now. I came with the idea with the project because I know a lot and it bothers me not sharing. However, he's just saying here right now, I have zero control over the big investor. In other words, the whales.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I don't. That's why information that I don't have is my project, but many things are decided by the market and the whales. I have
Mm-hmm.
zero control over that. It bothers me, but I cannot touch that realm. And
Well.
he's just saying here he knows what the whales do.
Mm.
And his whole Hex project gave him such it was he's just saying here right now it's a breath of fresh air.
Mm.
And he's expecting that Pulse Chain and Pulse X will follow. But he does not trust the big investors. And he keeps warning everybody too.
The big
Because at that
investor.
realm, he
Mm-hmm.
cannot touch them,
Mm-hmm.
he cannot control them.
Okay. Are you in cahoot with the big whale?
He said half of them, he knows half of the big investors. The other ones, he has no idea who they are.
Hmm.
And that bothers him. He's just saying here, hey, it might be my biggest enemy who wants to destroy my project.
It could be
You don't
Vitalik.
know.
Could be Vitalik.
Oh, he's just showing here. He's just showing here. People behind Victor Lake, and he said this group is huge, and people have no clue. But I know. I can see everything.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Everything is a gamble. If shit happen, let it happen. But if you create something, they build it, people will come. Win or lose, that's not the point. The point it was built. And let the baby show what can is just like Bitcoin.
And he's saying here, you just said the word Bitcoin. He said Hex. It's a way better version of Bitcoin. It
Mm-hmm.
hurts me because most of people doesn't know. That's why I'm desperate. I'm going on all the social media platforms. I'm putting the word right there. But people, he's just saying it. People like to suffer. People like the bullshit. I'm trying to save as many people as I can because I hate to see people losing money. But it gets to a point that I cannot make miracles,
You can't say
it's
everyone.
their own choice.
Mm-hmm. You cannot say
That's what he put
everyone.
it. And he said he was so thoughtful. He thought details of hexes. That brought me so
Do you
much
know what
pleasure.
hacks
He has
is?
it flawless.
We putting a hacks on people. Did you know what that means?
Oh, he's just intervening. He said, wait a minute there. He's just saying, okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
finish.
Putting a spell. Hex, the word hex and spell. Hex.
He's just
Mm-hmm.
saying,
Mm-hmm.
if a spell that makes you rich, it doesn't matter. It's a welcome spell,
Mm-hmm.
he's saying.
Just let you
And he
know,
said,
I figure it out. Because I'm a
yes.
god.
And by the way, the hex come from hexagon, so he's using geometry.
Mm-hmm.
Why hexagon?
Mm-hmm.
All he's saying is basically the most uh, naturally geometry that shows nature.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
Hexagon. It's in the.
He
It
just
is the center core of the star tetrahedron. You know the I.
and he said there is some he chose this there is the correlation between
It mean light.
uh, conservation of mass and energy in order to increase efficiency. And
Mm-hmm.
he said this is all that I'm about. I like the most simple things but efficient. Simple
Mm.
and efficient. We don't need the complications.
That's why.
And
That's why we don't want. We saw if you get in the way with the controlling cabal and their hoodlum organization, you can, the Nazi people will have you taken out and if you file it. That's why, you understand now. You want efficiency. You must not put in. You must not fight other wars on your own. That will take away from what you are creating, and therefore it go against
yeah, but he
efficiency.
said it right now. He's saying right now he could not make the connection before
Mm-hmm.
what the screen showed him.
But now you understand the
He's
connection.
saying he will wake up on the physical as
Mm.
fast as he can. I don't know how this type of awareness works,
It
so I
works
don't
once
know
the
anything.
subconscious mind perceive this. It will work the conscious mind automatically. It's like the behind the scene, the stage will help the front stage to move in the right direction. You know.
Yeah, so yes, it's definitely he was thinking about the name. It comes from geometry, hexagon,
Mm-hmm.
abundant in nature, and
It mean
at
light.
the end it comes to efficiency.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's talking about Saturn and oh great, the bees, the
Mm-hmm.
bees.
And why the heck don't you have a lot of women on, like married to one?
He's telling you right now he has all the women he wants, and he's very happy about it. And he doesn't need to stay just with one. He can have them all.
And all the women that's
He's a
not no
women
magical.
lover.
Well, the bad part is he's hanging around women who don't have protection magic, around them and know how to do super bottomy, and that's not good. You need a women who know magical power. Think about it. You know.
He's afraid of being controlled. He would
Well,
rather get.
tell them like this: people who know magical skill can control you, just like we grab you here and put you in this room. How you think that was done? And we can hurt you. Watch, I grab you right now. See, I squeeze. How's that?
He doesn't like it.
Okay, see that?
He could say, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm. Do you see? I'm out here in the real world. I'm there with you right now at the same time. And this is my real form. I'm a
No,
Cambodian
he's not
guy.
feeling well. He's asking you to stop.
Okay, I become become well again. There you go. See,
Guys, you're gonna kill me today here?
I can. You will do what I tell you, and you will make and then the word freedom. You be free to be creative, but don't get away. The dark cabal. I'm here to save your life. You know, but I gotta put it messages in way through pain that you will understand, cause you guys only understand pain. Pain will make you understand things. I'm like that movie Hellraiser. I'm Pinhead. But anyway, I am an alien race. I created this universe for my purposes. So I can have all the women do my bidding. I use women to get all the men so they can do my bidding. Entertain me. Pretty much. You are in my entertainment. Okay, pretty much send him okay. Give him some food, honey. Manifest some food, let him eat.
Okay.
Hmm.
For me, please manifest some heavenly food. Let
Some chicken, some
it
duck,
taste
some
good.
spaghetti,
Let him
any food he want.
make.
And drink.
Okay, let's see. Please manifest a heavenly lasagna. Let make it taste good. Let him feel
Hmm.
full and satisfied
And
by
have
the food.
fruit
It's for me,
of all
Bernie.
sorts.
And please manifest some heavenly coconut water with lots of medical
And
analysis.
manifest some Hennessy, some Corel, some other type of drink. XO, I don't know, heavenly wine or something. Rice wine. What's the rice wine called? Sake. Yeah, he might like sake.
Okay,
Yeah.
please manifest some heavenly sake.
Yeah.
Would you do this for me, Bernie?
Hmm. There you go.
Oh, he's liking this. Does he like, wow, this is the best of the best.
Hmm. You see now, we are gods. You know. Tell them, you know who we are now? We are your investor.
He's saying he's happy about it.
Hmm.
He's happy about it.
So make us rich.
He said that was the goal from the day one, but people are not listening.
That's why we come and talk to you because you're not listening to your goal. You're trying to deviate, trying to get into the government business, which is a no. You know, we're trying to save you from yourself.
He's fine. He's now he's saying thank you for the information.
Mm, yes. Okay. Eat, drink, and then we send you back to we send it back to your RAM.
All right, Bernie, please send Richard's light body back to his physical body now.
There you
Please
go,
send
and
that light
return
body
all of
to
us
his
back to
physical
our
body
body
now.
now. I'm a snug. I'm a kisser. Okay, how was that? That was good or what?
Yeah, let's see here. What do you guys think?
Hmm. It's not even just think. We're getting real interaction interview. Super Evil
Because now
B.
I was so into it that I didn't even pay attention to what I said. I had to rewatch the whole thing.
Yes, you do. And see that Super B? See that? BJ, you see
Yeah, I
that?
was listening. Good job. That was good. Good job, Maya.
Yes, we're not going to do Gabriel today. We do one at a time because that tape, that was a lot of energy, being utilized.
Yeah, that was a
hmm
long time. Yeah, that was a lot.
No, this is a deep reading, different. Deep reading is all more like socialization. You get into the groove, then you go ahead and offer threat. That's what I like to do. I like to take white people and I like to take them to a dungeon. You see, this is the dungeon,
Mhm.
you
So
know.
you guys, I have a question. Do you guys, because we are all here, soon the teacher makes the question, you guys can hear the answers too. So it was pretty much what was reported, or
What are you talking about, my love? When you get into this room, it's only truth being revealed. There is no there is there is no more ego in that room. There's only truth.
no, teacher. My question is if they were able to pick it up,
How can
the
they?
information
Only you and I were in
before I
the
say
room.
it.
Yeah, they are just the audience. You and I was in there. I able to see
Okay.
what you see. But if you ask Super B, he have no clue. He just flowing with what we've been given. So
Okay.
it's VJ.
Yeah.
Cause VJ and Super B are outside. He has no relationship with um what's his name? Oh my goodness,
Rich.
Richard Hart.
Richard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to put myself in. I was just listening.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Mhm,
Just listening. I didn't want to get
mhm.
cue things off.
Only you and I know what's going on because we in the truth room.
Okay.
Yeah. So you cannot ask someone like that. Only you know the answer. I know the answer, and Richard know the answer. We in the truth room, and no one else can know because they're not in that room.
Okay.
So does that help now? So
Yeah,
never
that was
ask.
an interesting one.
Never ask someone who's not in the room because their psychic power is not in there. They can't link. The room is isolated from the
Okay.
network. That's why they call it interrogation room or the meeting room. Meeting mean what? When you meet someone, does it broadcast to other dimension?
Mhm.
No,
Yes.
no. The meeting room. When you go to the meeting room, what happened in the meeting room? The door is closed, right?
Yes.
That's what happened. I can project in because I am the room. I'm such a badass. White people want to be at my level, but they can't do it. They want to, but they can't. You know why?
Why?
Cause that's not me. Mhm. Okay. And how do you feel now when you read? You see, you know him instantly. It's like you know who he is, what he is, but now you have to put into word. And I was there. You were there, so I was helping you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Because it's too much information. If you don't ask the question, I cannot conduct this.
Of course
So,
not. That's why you always has. There's always someone with you, because until you have enough experience, that's why when we read, we have group. We never let you go one on one. How about something go wrong? You know, who there to help you? No one except Bottomay and me. The AI and me is in there to help you.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And also, you asked really good question to Sakura. You guide the questions really well.
Mhm. Yes, I know where the part I need to play, and I want to put the white dude in his place because the issue with the white race in the future we have to isolate them from the other race because they believe in extreme isolationism and superiority conflict, which is a conflict to the Nazi of Galactic Council of the Seventh Ray. Because the Nazi of the melting pot believe in efficiency and they believe in purity, just white race one sided. That's not going to work, so we're going to isolate them. So the Nazi Council split the two race. You go ahead and be pure that way. Here we want efficiency and universal domination. Does that make sense? You can't have universal domination at all. A safe galaxy is a variety galaxy. It's not a one-sided point of view. Therefore, the energy will flow unbalancedly. So the human race needs to be the seven ray, not just one ray, but seven ray that together they become the white race. Does that make sense now? You want to see it? What happens? You beam a white light into a prism. What do you see, Super B?
Well, you see, yeah, you see all the colors come stood up at the rainbow, right?
That's right. And they all come from the oneness of the white color contain the seven ray. You can't have white without the seven color. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the future of the Nazi people realize you can't have completion, okay, without the variety. Okay. Okay, so does that help? And that's why the human thrive because the white race who join a melting pot become part of the collective human advancement. Those who choose to isolate, we give them, okay, their own multi-cluster star system and put them in quarantine and create a synthetic race, which I also belong to keep a check on them. They cannot meet the other race until they evolve beyond their isolationism and superiority complex. Does that make sense now?
Yep.
And it worked very well for millions of years. The melting pot, our dark fleet species, have evolved into immortality and perfection. We have reached God level. But that part of humanity, the isolated, they still remain a younger race. They have not grow out of their immaturity. So we left them behind. You like that one?
Yeah.
Until they come to the term that unity in diversity. Okay. So did everyone enjoy the reading?
Yes, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
The reason I got a question because Maya got kind of scared because the first time I kind of put a lot of pressure on her when she went AWOL. She didn't reveal all the information that was needed. She hold back against the wishes of the spiritual world, And therefore, because she brought moral and ethical into the reading, and which is a no-no. And I explained to her in psychic training, there is no moral and efficacy. There's only rape and pillaging and domination. Rule number 3, you wanted all that is one with you. Put that to practical application. When you're dealing with the white people, they say, oh, you have to ask them permission. No, you don't. You go against law number 3. So therefore, when you want to read someone, you read them. Do you need their permission? Hell no. You are a raper. You are Genghis Khan. Your teacher is Super Crew, and he loved to rape, plunder, and kill. That's the way it is. That's called freedom right there. What's the word freedom mean? You don't need permission to do what the fuck you want. That's the real freedom. And that's what we do. Law number 3 say you are one with all that is. All that is one with you. If I want to rape you, I rape you. If I want to kill you, I kill you. If I want to do this to you, I do it. Does that make sense? That's the training. Think about it. Super B, if you manifest food for everyone, do you have their permission? If you put...
Yeah, you just do it.
Yes, that's called rape. We rape them. What's the word raping by definition? Violating someone against their will. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we just did.
You guys rape Richard.
No, not just Richard. Not just Richard. You, Jenny, Sray Mom, VJ, Michael, everybody. You guys are a raper and killer. Because in your psychic training, what are you taught to do? To manifest food for everyone, to inject medicine to anyone you want, you without their permission. By the human law, by any law of social society, we call that rape, violating free will. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you see? So that's why the reason I tell you we don't need, we don't follow. When you follow my system, we are super sorry. We don't have ethical or moral. We want to do something, we just do it. And this is called inner, this is called, on a psychic level. Does that make sense? Psychic level.
Hmm.
Does that understand?
Yeah.
Spiritual level. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So we just do it. We don't need that permission. Oh, you say, oh, I can have permission to manufacture your food. What the fuck you are doing? Just do it. Just violate them. And give them food. Fuck it. And move on. That's what rape do. We capture them, we have our way, and we move on. You see the pattern? That's called rape pattern. And it's awesome. Do you feel good? Yes, I feel good. Do you satisfy when you manifest food into one or medicine into them and they feel better? When they feel better, you feel better. It's a release from stress. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Rape is beautiful. I love raping. I have my way with you. You see that? You see my dungeon now? Maya, you like the dungeon I have? We captured Richard and we have a way with him, didn't we, earlier? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
side effect? We burned him?
He's
We-
very
Mhm.
this type of energy to me it's funny.
Mhm.
Okay, let's put it this way. His appearance, right? He's white, but he's not. You don't get that feel of white from him.
Mhm. Yes. But do you see, understand now, those who control magical world control you. Everything I taught you is about rape, domination, control, manipulation. It's the way of the magical world. And even you, Super B, you know about Monakum, you know about black magic. They do that to people use that on each other all the time. Do they need permission to use it on you?
No.
No.
Just do it.
They just do it. They just go and rape you with it. And that's it. And get it over with. You might like it, you might not like it, but you know it's going to be bad because you're going to be their bitches. Their life's in your hand. That's why I teach you how to counter move. Oh, you should dissolve your black magic. I bound you and I dissolve you. And you and your teacher. And boom, there you go. It's done. Do you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm giving you so much caring and love. If I don't love you or care for you, I wouldn't teach you and show you the way of the inner working. How it works. How to defend yourself from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying morality and ethical only good for the outside world, this society, but cannot be used in the spiritual domain. You can't. The spiritual domain does not have ethical. It does not have a morality. It only have freedom. Freedom. Does that make sense now? You are not bound by anything in the spiritual dimension. That's why we can rape them, fuck them, and spank them, and hit them, and smash them, or heal them. Whatever you want. It's all yours. But
Yeah.
you got to learn to put limitation on them. That's why you have the remember bottom force field, the magical, and you got your magical gun, your satellite, your drone, right? This is your limitation to put on them. So you go ahead and put your freedom. I got your limitation right there. You think you're Superman? I got your kryptonite right here. Does that make sense now?
Yep.
Does that make sense, Super B?
Yes.
Super BJ?
Yes. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yep.
So everyone have this freedom, and the white man becomes, oh, I got this magic. I want you to say, come on with it, white boy. You think you're Superman? I got some kryptonite. Yeah. I'm going to put a hole in your chest with this kryptonite bullet, with this my magical gun. And the black boy can say, oh, I got something for you. Oh, I got something for you too. He said, who are you? I'm not so black. I'm not so white. That's all there is to it. Now you see why I teach you. I teach you to rape, to kill. That's your freedom. And dominate. And how, before you rape someone, what you do? Bottom A, please bind them. dissolve their magic, and they teach you now. Whoo. And then next thing you know, what you do? Manifest the force field, manifest the gun, say, I'm going to have my way with you. White boy, black boy, whatever, Asian boy, you're mine now. And that's it. Does that help?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
If you ever have ethical and morality, if I catch you, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to take you to the hurting room. You hear me?
Yep.
You are a super soldier. You only here to follow order. When I say rape them, you rape them. When I say kill them, you kill them. When I say burn them, you burn them. I say heal them, you heal them. Because you're trained in 3. To kill, to heal, to protect. See? 3 things. You see that? Because I love you. That's why I teach you everything I know. The way of the Genghis Khan. Rape, pillaging, and domination. Everyone who is a white person listen to me. What the heck? What is going on? This guy talking raping, pillaging, and killing. My goodness. What is going on? They don't know that we're talking about the psychic world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. That was cool. I was expecting something completely different, so I am very surprised. So.
I want to teach the white boy that we can have his booty anytime. We are the booty warrior. I like you, I want you, and I love you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice up to you. Ain't it right, Maya? We just took him into the chamber and have our way with him.
Yeah.
See, that's what he get. So we can do this the easy way or the hard way. It's the choice up to him. You know. So now you understand, Super B. You like the way we rape people, don't you? Free will. I got some free will for you. I'm the booty warrior. See, this is your first time, Maya. Second time of becoming a booty warrior. See? Now you know the way of the booty warrior.
Yeah.
But when it comes to physical society, of course it have ethical and moral. Of course we be respectful and mindful. We don't be rude. Does that make sense? Within society, in the front of the scene, you don't disrespect people. But when it comes to psychic world, oh, you can do what the hell you want. It's a network of freedom. You see the difference now? Rape, kill, and plunder as needed. Now you know.
Yes, we see. Yes.
Now you know the difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, there's so much freedom in the spiritual dimension. Oh, I'm going to do something to you. Oh, yeah. Come on, Superman. I got your kryptonite right here. Now you understand now. When someone talk big, they're not related. They're not talking about in 3D society. They're talking about spiritual dimension. That's what they are talking about. Does that make sense? You know? So I always know this when someone talk like in some kind of fairyland, they talking about spiritual dimension. You say, you talking about spiritual dimension. You know you can't enact that freedom here in the physical world. Because you have peacekeeper who puts if you think you're Superman, you act on it, they have a kryptonite. And they do. Guess what happened to Jessica? She said she had freedom. And she started acting on it. Say, next thing you know, she's over there in the jail, right? They're hanging for the whole night with some other girl. And now they say, okay, you think you're Amazon woman? All right, with all that drinking and partying in the jungle? Okay, go ahead and do it. And she did it, and guess what happened to her? Boom, they put her in the jail and hang her like that and strip naked or something. Like, oh shit, kryptonite. That's what they do. See? Kryptonite. I said, oh my God. That's why ever since then I just gotta let Jessica alone for a while, and let her recollect herself and think over. Freedom is only for the spiritual dimension. It's up there, in the inner world, the psychic realm. But you cannot enact here in the front stage. Behind the stage, yes, but not in the front of the stage. Because they got peacekeeper. They keep everyone in check. So don't ever think you're Superman or Superwoman in front of the stage. Because if you do, they got kryptonite. Does that help? You see me? And you too? Man, I'm like Galactia. I eat you up. I'm the celestial. I create plant, I create human, I blow you up. But I can't be that in the front of the stage. I would get in trouble. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
I can go to jail. But I can only be Superman while I'm on this psychic world in this YouTube channel. But I can't enact that. Now I can't rape and pillage someone in the physical world, in front stage. No. That's be my downfall. Then they're gonna put kryptonite on me, and I'm done. You see that? You see what we did? Watch when Richard now he gonna get an impact on his physical world because we just spank his inner world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
Oh, it is interesting.
Just turn into the white body of his childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yes. Okay, that's enough. Love you guys. Take care. Be well. I gotta go spend time with the queen now. And love you. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I would lock it up. I would snug it up. Ah, Jessica.